Overwhelmed by being in demand? What if saying no could be the secret to skyrocketing your productivity? Stick around for actionable tips like strategic rejection and silent no's that will transform your time management and confidence too. Let's go. Well, welcome back everybody to Extremely Berry, the channel that is extremely good at helping you get motivated, transform your life, and all of that jasmine. If that sounds like something you're into, you've come to the right place, haven't you? You certainly have. Why saying no is key. Here's the truth, we all know it. Saying yes to everything can wear you down, leave you feeling absolutely burnt out and running on empty. This is coming from somebody, aka me, who has done it so much throughout my life. I had to get to the point of being determined to start saying no. And I'll tell you what, it ain't easy because you feel like you're gonna let people down. But hey, when you actually say no, you leave room and you say yes, basically, to your own personal goals, to the things that matter in your life, to your family, to your friends, to this project, that project, the projects, the things that matter to you. And whilst you are saying yes to everybody else's important thing, you're not saying yes to you, are you? If everybody spent their life saying yes to everybody else, right, nobody would actually, when you think about this, right, get anything they wanted done themselves. That is a bit of a mind thingy, isn't it? It really is that. And let's be honest, that is the key to not losing your mind. And do you know what? Speaking of focus, let's dive into strategic rejection. This is going to help you keep your peace. Strategic rejection is not about being rude, it's being clever with your no. Not that one. That one. I'm joking. Joke failed, didn't it? You don't always just have to turn someone down. You can actually reframe it by saying something like, I can't right now, but I can later. Or I can't do that, but I can do this. That way you don't overcommit. You're not saying yes to everything. You're teaching people that you're not a yes person all of the time. And they still feel heard. It is the best of both worlds. And if you think that's smart, wait till you hear about our next tip. Quantum yes. And just before quantum yes, let's ask my mother what she thinks about the whole situation.
And it's time to get things done with Berry's mum. The way I see it, do you know what? We've got to please ourselves. And if that pleases others, that's great. But I don't mean that in a harsh way. I don't mean like be selfish like that. But if instinctively you know it's not right for you, that's what I mean, right? So don't do something just because it pleases other people. People pleasing is not good for the sake of people pleasing. If it's on your heart and it feels right, absolutely. But do you know what? God says, love yourself as you love others, right? Or love others as you love yourself. And you know, so that means don't dish yourself, don't disrespect yourself, don't put yourself last. But you know, I see it from a faith perspective. The times when I've people pleased just because I don't like to say no, it's all come crashing down, it's made me ill, it's caused issues. So I just say, Lord, is this what you want me to do today? Because you know, there's something in what we know instinctively in here, right? And within that, there's always opportunities to help others and do things. But say, for instance, if somebody wanted me to wear a pink jumper, but I hated pink, how am I going to feel about myself when I walk out? And that's such a simple little thing, right? But if I love pink, that's great. You know, I'm going to wear it well. But if I don't love pink, I'm going to be like, you know, oh, everybody's looking at me. Whoa. So that's just like a bit of an image for life, really, about everything else. For instance, if somebody said, can you come and help me do this today? Oh, could you work in my cafe or whatever? And I'm like, oh no, it's filling me with dread and it's making me anxious. Well, what good am I? I'm not going to be in the right place in the right, you know, frame of mind for all that. It's not building me up and it's not helping other people because I'm doing it begrudgingly and it's not the right frame of mind. So we've got to do it from the right frame of mind. The one that we know feels, you know, I feel what's God leading me to and how's that working, you know? So just halt before you say yes to something. There's no point in saying yes when you haven't even thought it through. Seek the Lord to see what he says. You know, is this right for me or not? So don't rush in. And there's a saying, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Well, be like the angels, you know, just go steady. Think about it. Engage your brain before you action, all right? right? So you don't have to say yes to everything, you know? Otherwise we'd be overloaded. We wouldn't be able to cope with everything, would we?
So
Okay?
Quantum Yes is all about how you can say no without feeling guilty. So all it is very simply, you say no to you doing it, but you actually give them another solution, which is not you, but somebody else or something else. So say for instance, they're like, can you help me move? And you're like, no, but I know a great company who can help you, and I can contact them for you if you would like. That way you are still helping them, but you're setting boundaries on your own time. It is a win-win. Another tactic that really gives you back control, the ghost no. With the ghost no, you don't reply straight away. You do not work for that person, I'm assuming, and therefore you do not need to respond to them instantly. You have no obligation. And to be honest, right, they shouldn't expect it. The fun thing about this, right, is during the time that you've not actually answered, they're probably still looking for solutions while they're waiting for you to reply. There's quite a likelihood that by the time you reply, the issue is already sorted. And you don't have to lift a finger, except to get another chocolate out of the box. And speaking of taking your time, the next trick in the book is all about setting boundaries before anybody even asks. It's called the preemptive no. For example, you might know that people tend to ask you a lot of favors, and you know what? You want to get there first. So maybe just subtly, casually, basically say, do you know, I am so swamped this week, I couldn't possibly handle another task being thrown at me. Hint, hint, my darling. Do you know what? This is really key because it helps you manage expectations early in your time, and it really avoids those last minute stresses. And do you know what? The thing is, right, despite that, I've said this before, but you don't owe them, all right? Value your time, your opinion, and your value. Value your values. That should have actually been a point. Value your values. I like that one. And now for our bonus tip, which is coming up straight after this message. Grab our freebies in the links below in the description. We've got music streaming, free Amazon Prime trial, free Netflix alternative, free audiobook, free TV streaming channel. Tap the links, enjoy the freebies, and thank us later. Silent rejection is our bonus tip. Silent rejection is wonderful, right? Basically, you just don't reply at all. It's the silent bit. We so often trip over ourselves on how do I reply, what do I say, how do I get out of this one, word it, how do I carefully say it in a clever way? Well, I'm telling you, no response means no guilt, no drama, just pure control of your time. Classic, right? As the old song says, when someone asks you for a favor, you say it best when you say nothing at all. Why does this work? Well, because people quite often actually even forget they've asked you, and they find their own solutions anyway, as I mentioned earlier. The silent rejection isn't just a no, it's a boundary that helps you protect your time without saying a word. And you should not feel like you owe them anything. You don't. Quite honestly, you don't. And you know what? Speaking of protecting your time, if you want to take things a step further and actually supercharge your productivity and manage your day like a pro, tap here right now for our game-changing productivity hack. Subscribe, I'll see you there. Hurry up, God bless, goodbye.